What's going down, guys? We got another video for you. This is about your good old boy CHUD the Builder, and the video is titled CHUD's Freedom Comes with a Huge Catch. Let's check it out.
Bad day, but also great day for us over here at the Unemployed News Network, because CHUD the Builder has been released from jail. After $2 million behind bars, crazy stipulations coming from the different judges that exist in Tennessee, $1 million in bond money gathered up between 10 different companies, Dalton Etherly, aka CHUD the Builder, is back on the mean streets. He showed his face on his live stream, and it seems as though he is free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, he is. Hold on.
I mean, it just goes to show you, though, where you're at. You got to remember where you're at, guys. This is America, okay? There's no preconceived notions in my eyes, about this place. It is still America. It is still going to be hate. It is still going to be a lot of people who just are miserable individuals out here, and they have nothing better to do than mess with other people who don't look like them. There's a lot of jealous people out here. There's a lot of envious people out here. And that's just the way it is. You got to accept it. You got to deal with it. And that's what I choose to do. I pretty much ignore it for the most part because, like I said, none of these people are paying my bills. None of these people are helping me do a goddamn thing. So, I just get a kick out of watching it in the distance. And at least if it affects somebody close to me or it goes in my backyard, that's the only way, I would maybe change how I deal with something like that. But for the most part, guys, I'm out of the way. And, for the most part, these type of people, they usually keep their mouth closed because most of them are cowards. So, it is what it is. You'll never hear it from them. And like I said before, these people, they mean nothing to me. And I don't understand why a lot of people out here put so much of their weight into these people, because why would you even care if somebody, is not going to like you anyway? No matter what you do, these are the type of people that are not going to change their minds about how they feel about you whatsoever. So it really doesn't justify spending any more energy wasting your time on them, guys. Just let them be miserable.
We not there. While CHUD the Builder is out on live stream singing to the heavens and mountaintops that he is being able to take a sniff of clean, fresh air that's not filled with dookie and musty men, he's not out the clear at all. There wasn't any reductions. There weren't any changes. He's literally just outside and has so many stipulations. So while he is out of jail, he's not exactly out of trouble. And I'm about to tell you exactly why. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's going to go a long, long way for the channel. We're on the road to 185K, and you could get in early. And I do mean early. It's going to come. Just don't be the one that's not there. Now, back into the video.
He's subject to a curfew from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. He's got to be in his house. What's his address?
I'd rather put that under seal to please the court.
We got to know where to look. It's going to be wearing a GPS, and I want to know if he's not where he's supposed to be.
Understood. Because of the attention, he's about to be evicted. So I can
Find
provide.
out where he's going to be living. You have to have that address. He's been required to stay at that address from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m.
GPS monitoring, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew, no firearms or weapons, passport application stopped/rescinded, and a gag order restricting what he can say publicly about the courthouse shooting. That's exactly what CHUD the Builder was facing if he ever did reach this day that honestly I was dreading. Over here at the Unemployed News Network, I consider you guys to be family. And what better way to prove that than the sponsor of today's video, MyHeritage. MyHeritage is my preferred DNA test, and right now with the exclusive code OMEEZY, it's only $19. And by using MyHeritage, I discovered so many things about myself. All it does is take 2 minutes, a little cheek swab, put it in a little tube, mail it off, and before you know it, boom, you know exactly who you are, where you came from, and so much more. The detailed ethnic background spans across 42 different ethnicities and thousands of different regions. Plus, with this DNA tracking, it can match you with relatives that you didn't even know you existed. I did one, and once I got my results, I was blown away. Oh, wow. That's definitely more accurate. That's more accurate. Portuguese? Portuguese is crazy, but I guess that's why they call me Omar. The best part of their ethnicity segment is that you can trace it back to where you originated from. This is crazy how in-depth this actually is and how I can go back through this group timeline to see where my people originated from. They also have this thing called health reports, and as somebody who has a rare genetic disease called Charcot-Marie-Tooth, it's actually very important to help family tracking, understand who has it, who will have it, and for a understudied disease, it helps us understand the traits and the symptoms and things like that. My heritage is literally helping me make better decisions for me and my family. Look, I know a lot of people are skeptical about DNA matching due to data reasons. They don't want to end up like another Henrietta Lacks after all. People want to make sure they're safe, secure, and most of all, that their DNA doesn't get into the wrong hands. But that's why I'm so high on my heritage. This is the most important feature for me and why I'm recommending it to you over anything. My heritage is committed to a privacy policy that says that they will never sell, lose, or give up any of your genetic data. They won't license it either. So if you're interested in any sort of genetic matching and tracking, I suggest using my heritage with my coupon code OMEEZY. You're not just getting the DNA tracking, you're also getting a 30-day free trial for their software that allows you to connect and track your family that others can also use so they can make connections as well. You also get free shipping. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description now. Use the code OMEEZY for $19 that could change your life. Now, back into the video. After 2 months, a bunch of idiotic donations from a bunch of fans, I guess they finally convinced some stupid bond company to let him go. After all of his supporters came to social media and begged and pleaded and tricked an audience, CHUD the Builder is free from jail. He was caught doing some victory lapping on live stream, and I thought this was some fake news, but I rubbed my eyes and a tear dropped down. Partially because Dalton Etherly, aka CHUD the Builder, deserves to be behind closed bars. But then I thought to myself as to how great of a day this could be. Now, I do think it's an important distinction. The gag order doesn't say that he can't exactly live stream, but he just has to watch what he says. But the fact that he ran back to the internet and ran back to social media so fast lets me know exactly who I'm dealing with. The only thing that the gag order is really restricting is him saying specific things about the what he's on trial for, going into specific details. But he can still go online, be his CHUD the Builder self asterisk. He can still make assertions about his innocence and things like that. But what I took away from this is that he ran back to the internet. Even though it was a quick snippet, he still went back to pump.fun, the platform that made him who he was. And ultimately, he ran back to the internet, a place in space that really got him in the position that he is in the first place. And this is where it gets interesting. Look, as somebody who has consumed a bunch of Law and Order, SVU, CSI, all these things, I've heard lawyers tell people repeatedly, hey, just lay low. Don't go back to the things that got you here in the first place.
We got 18 rounds for you. We ain't got nothing else. Don't follow me in my truck.
We don't want anything bad to happen. But this comment right here is exactly the reason why I can predict that CHUD the Builder will be back and will violate this bond order. CHUD the Builder starts off his online victory lapping by going to Twitter and tweeting out the words "no comment." And allegedly people are thinking that this is referring to the allegations that are being laid down.
Oh yeah, these yeah, dude's a fairy boy. Dude's a candy kid. If you guys didn't know, he likes being penetrated.
They've been fondled with.
I'll say that, and I'll keep it there. But do with that information what you will. I mean, it's out there on the internet. There's multiple stories on it. So yeah, have at it.
As regards to his sex life. Then as people took to the comment section telling him that basically nobody cared about you, we've already moved on to the next thing, you're already finished, we're just waiting for the story to conclude, CHUD the Builder, the arrogant, idiotic numbskull that he is, decided to go back and forth with people saying, hey, this was peak copia. The reason why I think at this point is so important is because normally, again, somebody who has this problem with saying things on the internet, getting into these back and forths to the tune of pew-pewing somebody in a courthouse parking lot would say to themselves, you know what, hey, maybe I need to remove myself from vices. This is basically a drug addict going back to the drugs. This is basically somebody who is struggling with weight loss going and hitting up the Krispy Kreme donut shop.
I guess basically what he's trying to imply is that an idiot is always going to be an idiot for the most part. Dumbass is always going to be a dumbass, and evil person typically is always going to be an evil person. So give them enough rope, they'll hang themselves type of situation. So I guess until his actual court date, which I don't know when that is, maybe we find that out, maybe we don't in this video, but I guess leading up to that court date, I guess a lot of us are rubbing their hands together like Birdman, hoping and waiting for him to just give himself or give them more ammunition so that when the court case does come up, it'll be easier to just, throw them away and, just be done with it. And like he said earlier, we live in a society now where people will forget you. People will, put you in the back of their mind after a few weeks. And that's just what it is. They move on to the next big thing, the next whatever's going on. So I guess he had his run, so to speak. And now he's kind of, watered down and nobody really cares as much anymore. So we'll see where that goes.
CHUD the Builder literally can't stand the fact that people are talking about him, so he's already on defense mode. He's already on attack mode. And we've seen what happens when he's been on attack mode. And after posting that horrendous singing attempt online, he then decided today to post a video of him walking the Nashville streets in what seems to be some sort of tailored suit.
They call me the Builder. CHUD the Builder.
Literally back to where this all started. His entire online attitude at this moment is that I am back and I'm hitting the streets, I'm being me again, but I do have to combat these narratives, but ultimately this should be the same old CHUD that once left. The sad part for CHUD is that there's some truth in what that one person did say. We've kind of moved on from the antics of it all. Nobody's really worried about, the stuff that you're trying to promote or you actually being back to live streaming. In fact, the entire narrative and story behind you, thanks to content creators like Poetic Flacco, has moved from the stuff that you did in the streets and more so to what you were doing in the sheets. The people are having conversations about your sexuality or maybe even you flirting with these underage
Make
people
a
at
t-shirt
the mall.
right there.
I was just talking about I need to find a cute little blonde somewhere. You got a boyfriend?
Yeah, and I'm 16.
Oh, okay, good.
As opposed to your free speech stances that you think that you're, going out there and glorifying. Now, of course, we have to say that these are just online speculations and allegations, that these aren't anything that are established facts. But ultimately, what I'm saying is that the narrative has shifted. And now CHUD the Builder is facing an entirely different controversy. One from a base that definitely hates what he is doing behind closed doors. And so now he's on the internet thinking that he needs to beat these online narratives, but this is where he's gonna go wrong. Because people don't need him to beat the online narratives. Him and his camp need him to actually beat these prosecutors that are trying to put him behind bars for upwards of 56 years.
I mean, a lot of people on the right, the hard right, shall I say, no pun intended, towards CHUD the Builder, but those people, they actually, they're not too kind to the rainbow community. And after hearing all of these allegations, which I guess you can argue are not anymore, they kind of turned the other cheek, so to speak. Also, no pun intended. But there's an issue there within the community he is, I guess, representing, so to speak. And the list probably goes on and on. But like I said, guys, this, in my opinion, it's not even worth much. I mean, I never covered this guy. I covered him one time. And that's when everything was fresh. And like I said, when he was, quote unquote, the topic of discussion. And now I'm basically talking about it because he just got out. But I mean, there's really nothing important about it. I mean, he's probably going to go to jail. He's probably going to do some time. So if I was him, I would probably enjoy my time out. Go out, eat all the foods that you want to eat and do all the things to certain people you want to do it to. And then, you're going to be back. So I know there's a lot of prisoners probably rubbing their hands like Birdman, waiting on that court date to finish so that they can welcome you back in with open arms and warm butter.
Oh, what the hell? They've been fondled with.
Look, no matter how you slice it and dice it, CHUD the Builder, in my opinion and others' opinion, is still royally cooked. He's still facing the aggravated assault. He's still facing the attempted murder. He's still facing the reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. And there's a couple of more charges with the dine and dash and all these other things that he has facing. It does not look good for him. And no matter how they tried to twist and turn these narratives while he was locked up, he had his flunkies on the internet. He had the Myron Gaines of the world grab some sort of lawyer to try to prove his innocence. At every twist and turn, when asked with every single legal expert.
That guy is really funny looking though. Have you guys noticed that? Myron, I think his name is. Dude looks very strange to me. I don't know what it is. It has nothing to do with him, what he stands for. Dude I always thought he looked strange.
They basically said that, hey, this is looking very, very shaky for CHUD the Builder. I wouldn't hold my breath on anything that he's got going on because what he's saying doesn't make sense. The math isn't mathing. 2 + 2 is not equaling to 4 for CHUD the Builder. And with this attempted murder case moving on to a grand jury, he needs to really get with his legal team and not with the internet team to try to figure out how they're going to tighten up this self-defense case because it's not looking good at all. Remember, prosecutors argued what we all argued for the length of the CHUD the Builder career, that he was the one provoking the altercation. He was the one who made the confrontation what it was and then decided to escalate based off of the fact that he thought he could get away with it. And we haven't yet seen the live stream as to what goes on, but the prosecutors and the district attorney are alleging that, hey, we've seen the surveillance footage from the courthouse because, mind you, he was at a courthouse where they'll have mad surveillance footage. And Joshua Fox, the man that he attempted to murder, struck him only as CHUD the Builder was reaching for a gun in a place and space where you're not supposed to be carrying firearms. And this is where CHUD's case is going to have him faced with so much jail time. I can only smile on the inside even though he's outside, is the fact that he said that, hey, I was reaching for some mace. I was looking to protect myself, even though that when they went to go search his body, when they went to go search his truck, there was no mace to be found. There was no proof of mace. There was no camera on mace.
I mean, yeah, he's cooked. I mean, I think he's cooked for the most part. Like I said, just because you make bond means nothing. There's plenty of people who make bond, guys, with enough money. And that doesn't mean anything. They still end up going to jail doing time. So, like I said, if I'm him, I'm biding my time, man. If I'm him, I would be enjoying my privacy. I would be enjoying everything else, the simple things in life, because the more you're outside, the more you're out here posting it, everybody's talking about it. Everybody's watching you. Everybody's taking everything that you do, everything that you say, and they're going to use it against you in a court of law. They've already got you they've already got you. And all you're doing is giving them extra in the end. So between now and the court date, he's going to hang himself. And, you know, I'm not going to lose any sleep, and I'm sure you guys aren't either. It's just another racist piece of trash that nobody really gives a damn about, as far as I'm concerned. And whoever else is supporting him, like I said, they're in the shadows with, you know, fake names and, you know, strange pictures and images so you don't know who they are. I mean, let them be them and support who they want to support, because like I said before, none of those people are paying your bills. None of those people are helping you or supporting you. So why should you even care about them? Let them be miserable, I guess. Because, you know, one thing I will say, and one thing I have learned, is that eventually everybody has a come to Jesus moment, and eventually God will sort them out.
Nobody smelled any smells of mace. There was no mace to be found, but there was a firearm that was used on Joshua Fox. CHUD's defense team, the one that are in the courtroom and the ones that are online, are claiming that he acted in self-defense. And they're victory lapping because he has stepped out from behind those prison doors and he is now back to live streaming. But ultimately, he didn't beat the case. He didn't win any self-defense ruling or anything like that. There were no charges that were dropped at all. The only thing that he did was be able to put together money from stupid people who were able to support CHUD the Builder. He's still facing 2 cases in Montgomery County and Davidson County that are going to be to the review of grand juries. That Davidson County one was the one where he decided that he was going to dine and dash and then resist arrest and then do disorderly conduct in the streets. And it has him having this separate $15,000 bond and different stipulations and circumstances that he has to face while he is out of jail. So yeah, CHUD the Builder may be out on bond, but that doesn't mean that he has strict conditions that are tying him up and weighing him down. Now he has to face all of these other problems. He has to face the situation in Davidson County. He also has to face a previous situation that happened late last year where he got hit with some harassment claims. This specific one was scheduled for an August 10th hearing, but ultimately got pushed back. But what I'm really trying to say is, while CHUD the Builder was facing all of these challenges in jail, whether he was going to be able to keep his cookies or keep his milk, or if he was going to be sleeping on the floor, or if he was going to have to be wiping somebody's toilet seat down, or, you know, doing all these other things, now he's going to have to face a plethora of other situations outside of the courtroom. CHUD the Builder fans around the world can call this some sort of W, and immediately when I saw this, I thought the same thing. Dang, let the bad guys get a win. That's just the way that it's played. But ultimately, if you really think about it, he's going to be on GPS monitoring. He's going to have a curfew. They're going to be monitoring his social medias. He's going to have a gag warning. He literally can't carry a gun. They've restricted his passport application. He still has all of these cases going against him. Both of these cases are going to a grand jury.
I mean, he's handicapped. I mean, he can't go out here and do the same things he was doing before because number one, he has no backup. You know, he has no gun. So if he's out there talking greasy to somebody, again and something happens, then he's gonna have to get it how he lives out there with, you know, hands and feet. And, you know, I don't think that's happening either. So, yeah, I mean, for the most part, he's crippled. I mean, and then most people don't care anymore. And then all the stuff that came out about him and his preferences and things he likes to do, dealing with the far right and how they feel, even though a lot of them are closeted as well. But, you know, they're frowning down upon him. So it is what it is, guys. It's a lot to take in and deal with. And right now, I really don't give a damn. But I'll definitely be there after the court date, and I'll definitely be covering that. And so just to find out how much time he's actually going to get. So I hope he's biding his time wisely. I don't think he is, because he's an idiot. But hey, it is what it is.
Review. And you have the powers that be in Nashville saying that if he breaks any sorts of laws again, they will revoke any bond that he has. And you have the powers that be saying that, hey, if he messes up on one bond, we're going to revoke all of the bonds that he has out there. So is this really a W? Is Chud the Builder really free, or does he still have a shit ton of restrictions? Does he still have to face a shit ton of consequences for his actions? Is he still being watched like a dog? I think the worst part about all this for the Chud the Builder fans that think that this is some sort of W out there is that you basically put somebody who is a drug addict, somebody who is addicted to the social media fame and game of it all, right back in front of their vices. We can already see that with Chud the Builder immediately running back to social media, not just to do some sort of celebratory stream and greet his fans, but going with these back and forth, hitting the streets of Tennessee, putting his suit on, calling out his name, dressed just like he was when he was offending all these people in the streets. And I've seen these things happen before. No need to put some crazy prediction out there or wish anything on him. Hell, he'll take care of that part by itself. Chud the Builder will most likely end up back behind those bars and ultimately in a worse situation because he just can't help himself. He can't keep his hands out the cookie jar. Getting bond ultimately didn't prove that Chud the Builder wasn't cooked. All it proved was that we get to watch the rest of this stuff unfold while he's on the outside, and most likely we will see him slip up and make another video.
Yep, and that's gonna do it. Yeah, get your popcorn ready. I don't know when the court case is. I didn't even care enough to look, but I'm sure that it will, you know, fall into my lap at some point. And when that happens, I will definitely cover that for you guys. Okay. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you like the content, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. I drop content on a regular basis, and I am now streaming. So I'm going to bow out gracefully, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.